Senior President Mahama elande ewo akosombo ho owo helicopter kama bi hu driver no kra yo bronyi ni ade chese nkofo kan sem bebre efa ho and one of the things nkofo kan fa ho no ene say na ahyase ni edundum light no ye ka say transformer issue. Oh, Mahama Bekan come accept transformer issue in Dundum light, you know. Now or yet transformer now all the light issues would be solved. ECG boss no so buy and also Bekan say, oh, there are different buckets. More the best solve a transformer issue. Not bibia to the be ranging from 3 months was far back as 2 years and sana issue number solve it. Ave what TSC JBS baby and no BC ho NDC are they a diabuan because Osha historically it's like when it comes to electricity I say a bar NDC it's like that are they let me say, I don't say diabo, and they diabo government yana. It's just too much. Anyway, and I'm for air can want some social media. Na yenko Twitter and go tie some of the comments bubeye. Obe say it looks like this president came to enjoy at the expense of the ordinary poor citizen. Me sure on the helicopter no we na or the land wa kozumbo na or kan ho asem. Obi say as well Mahama gets fans past Papiko Joseph. Or say Mahama our fans crancy Papiko Jo our Ghana ha. Or say why is it that the pilot is white flying the president? Why are all the pilots in the armed forces? I question go fu besides the pilot or no ordinary ko akosombono or yo broni. I then Ghana for pilots in Amu he. And ebu mu so chere say na say there and China helicopter go share rim helicopter blast near adenti on pay any repeated story bia. One of the things that may not have been common in all of those cases they say now you brony na drive it. So let us try something different to ensure the safety of the president. Perhaps that is the reason why ochusu obroni. Yes, inti nkofo say na ade diabon benkwa and na with the promise you crow be promise no den yemfanye den obe fix ya den no fix say or say transformer and no see we ahye see ya dey abre. The stories are a bit too much inti enye den ewo ho en story ebeda yenim anope. Anyway, let us move into other stories. We are fine in South Africa, Ghanaian says. I so nim to South Africa in some year kwasui. I just say I boy busa. Just say ye hu adrie ankasa. All the xenophobia attacks in Yama ensen fata mode foreigners or South Africa no. Hu pa na nkofu bebre so plan say nka South Africa there destination place and come kwa visit. Oh, nkofu ye plans pa this year because this year there nkofu bebre plans we can plan ni bi na ho efa ho ema me pa because I feel like South Africa in a lot of ways, you know, amuwo society and I say development bia it is quite ubetimi dia toto abrochire kra kakra wohu if you am weather ne kra won and so wo your continent ya so just say ashe inti me de dwumei KFM inti me de dwumei eto me ho so enka say me kwa find out say asemi ekosui ayetete eyampa na I interviewed a Ghanaian Mr. Ghana nimbi ote South Africa ho say then was South Africa, how is he feeling na way wire or the mame DNT.
Like what I'm trying to say is that like social media makes it look like as if there is war going on here, but honestly, it's safe. You get it. I live in the city, And also, like, the thing is, I mind my business. The kind of people that you interact with are also key. You get it. If you're mingling around the hood neighborhoods, such stuff is likely to happen to you. You get it. If you're all over the place, such stuff is likely to happen to you. Me, I know the kind of people that I move with. You get it. And the kind of places I go to. I live in the city. I don't go to the slum areas. You get it. I'm always in areas whereby you find the white people or the colored. I mean, in posh neighborhoods. And if you are visiting Cape Town, I'm not sure if you are visiting South Africa. Let me say, if you are visiting South Africa, you're not gonna go to the hood neighborhoods. You're going to your fancy hotel. You're going to your fancy place where you're going to chill and all that stuff. So such stuff is not gonna happen to you. You get it? It's just something that is just happening in the hood neighborhoods. Like the Ghanaians that such stuff happened to, it was in a slum neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, don't allow social media to fuck up your plans or anything, because we the Ghanaians that we are here in Cape Town, we are cool. It's cool. And if you're gonna come in October, honestly, this thing would have been long over. If you get it, it would have been long over. So like it would die off. It shouldn't affect your like vacation at all. Seriously, yeah. I mean, like what I'm
Nti
trying.
asɛm no moasom a mebisa Ghana ni no ɔse South Africa nhyɛ da nyɛ hu te sɛ sɛnea ɛhu no TV so ne social media no. On the TV so ne social media and their mama na eluki hu te sɛ amo owu a ni ɛwɔ hɔ. Ɔse ɔno du anani kura no ebi hu sɛ bibi kura sa esi wɔ n'anim da, because ɔno no ɔwɔ city ɔwɔ krom baby or one ye bougie, baby or one ye places such as say we a foreigner na so a visitor ho na oba hot na wo krom, but enyamani hu ye TV no so no nkrase ne those rural areas no and as anyama ne ACC but we ye visitor na wo ba krom a won wo ba krom a eno de uni issue bia ɛwɔ hɔ nti saa asɛm no ɛna Ghana ni no ɔde baeɛ na me na kakra me se asɛm yi a ɔkan is that the same perspective South Africa ni ɛwɔ ana then na South Africa for no so ɛdwen ɛfa asɛm yi ho amoamu hu ni the same sɛnea Ghana ni hu na nti me bisa South Africa ni a few questions na ɔno so no response ɔde ma me ni yɛntie bɛyɛ 1 minute pɛ na ɔno de ɔkasa apa nti 1 minute pɛ of no response me ba ma be boom till near the aka no atoya so.
Hi, Richard. So the situation is not as obviously bad as it's being reported. If that was the case, there would be no foreign national, black or white, that is still in South Africa. We have like literally over 4 million foreign nationals from various African continents, and Nigeria accounts for the greatest number of them within that. If it was truly that hostile and that volatile, I don't think anyone would still be in the Republic right now. Yes, we do have a foreign national problem, just like any other country. And part of that is pushed by a lot of illegal immigration. No one just wakes up hating someone from another country for no reason. And this was the same discussion I had with Thomason and who's this other girl from Nigeria as well, who was part of the NWF, who is a pharmacist. I forgot her name. So this is the same discussion I had with them, because they were being emotional that we hate Nigerians and all of that. And I said, we don't hate Nigerians, but we hate the acts of Nigerians, because they've introduced a lot of social ills rather, and they're the root of a lot of things that are bad within communities. Prostitution, human trafficking, drugs, substance abuse. They've turned our livelihoods and our neighborhoods upside down.
Ai nti ano so mu South Africa ni no so e che na adwen or see oh asem na enche dan nye serious say na ehu social media ono so say enche dan nye serious sa kra na ono kra no problem a amo ewo with foreigners no enye teta mo time foreigners a kekesa mo time foreigners na illegal migrants no ena mo we oba ho illegally na opese otena ho illegally a ena ha mo na ochre kra say ebinim wo ha mo ba South Africa amosha da ebe wo e South Africa onyimo ni krom wi anu abe wo South Africa pay free healthcare pay free nyama no na amowo e wo mu amukrom no and also Sanisia, it is just putting burden on their own pockets. Taxes no amwana mutua any idea na ntisano enye fair. Na okasa ya no utimu say ya udie no very much directed to Nigerians. Or say Nigeria for pa na modos from South Africa pa na a lot of issues was acronym no Nigeria any free just oka and same bebre na the head and tail of what he said ne say and said that any serious to say senia yet no and as you social media no and na or the buyer nti asem no sezi anya mu be bia no mo mfa anya mu betena mu krom so a mo ntena mu krom mani mu di mani be kire baby so a mo mfa mani nche baby na ebi mo kra aka say na South Africa if they don't want foreigners there, we should not patronize the country. We should boycott the country and we see a different perspective in Crawford, and Huasem, with social media, ni baby baby. Let us move into other stories. Ex-Ghana editor Twitter said the electricity company of Ghana has fixed the damaged marine cable and restored power to Afram Plains after it was damaged in the early hours of Monday, cutting off power supply to the entire Donkokrum district. Yes, ECG. I'm fix problem na no relating to the power cables. No, I am fix it and to restore power to Afram Plains. We and a story trendy our Twitter. Now let me pick a few of the comments on there. I'll say, how did something underwater get damaged? This is very uncommon. I'll say, how did something underwater get? You know, I'm saying NDC no. Pa, ye hunyo oni ekwedrozo sa. Ye hunyo ni ekwedrozo sa. Hey, I'll say, how did the I'll say idea shows you as here no. Call the shows you as in a dang man ko say. I want someone who just say the attack on Oja obi crass say jama NDC sabotage NDC obi sabotage NDC because mo dream won kra won ti ase. There's another comment. It says, imagine this happening under Ekufuado era. They could have stayed for 9 years without electricity. Or say Ghana de yahoo song sa de NC during Ekufuado era. And kai be 9 years na call the issues you are saying no yen fix say. Sa no be so they ba. And then one say BBC so intense during MPP time. I know Sanchez say I know the cables were well insulated and all, but just wondering, what if there's a small tear or rupturing of the cable insulator? Will the water become electrically charged? And also I wonder. Also him said the amwa ye hu adwuma say amu be insulating ade, but electricity ade e nsuo mu de or dwen hu say na say ho te a will the water be will it be electrically charged in the way say na so do 90 nsuo ni mu a e be shock wana. Those are some of the comments people have on this particular issue. Let us move into other stories. Story for trendy Twitter Twitter about a few issues. Ne say the Kolebu Doctors Association has issued a warning of an industrial strike at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital effective May 2nd, 2026. This is concerns over laboratory operations and proposed outpatient services reforms are not addressed by the close of Thursday, April 30th. and Thursday a year more can Thursday ni enra. Aye. Inti the Kolebu Doctors Association Yefra Mukoda no, they have issued a warning of an industrial strike, a mobile strike, effective May 2nd. Na ambe strike ne be happen ochina. Na asemo amot je strike ne say laboratory operations be enkoye nyama bi ekọ so amo lab ho no enkoye any outpatient services no amo hwehwe say insatraye bi beba laboratory operations ne outpatient services ewo Kolebu Teaching Hospital ansana amwa withholding star strike no na nsehye no amba mudia ochina enamoma sa deadline no sani yeti hedi nim sense changes by there and as the changes amba what they've said is that ochina amo air cost strike obi say I don't understand them. Are they done with their duties and responsibilities in the consulting room? What do they even want from the lab? Ghana, dear, we tolerate all sort of things. They should be sacked if they put citizens' health in danger because of this. The lab doctors. Osiade, ejuma bebre ewa mu consulting rooms no. Ama solve we and as it amudia mweni akwakoto lab issues no mu ana. You know, they are talking as if there is no commentary is acting as if there is no reason, there is no role of the laboratory when it comes to the healthcare of patients. It's a lab, so anyway, let us go on to other comments. So we say, where's the report or investigation concerning Charles Emis? Omni say, what do they want to go and do in the labs? Also sack them if they go on strike. This is not related to their jobs. Also, Kolebu doctors, the anka lab ne from home bang. Then I'm more here or lab. I'm really surprised everyone is saying this. Isaac say Kolebu is a crime scene. Most of the doctors, if audited transparently, most of them will face a jail term. Or say Kolebu die, or a crime scene, ye pe crime ho na ewo. Because na say ye kasi audit the operations of the doctors are a lot of them ebeko jail. As to why this person is saying that, you know, wamfa anka ho. Ghana mpenyi, or say one selfish and unreasonable group of people yet offering very little. Or see I'm a very selfish and unreasonable group. Just that I'm more strike now more better one idea. And when you support being free public, oh no. Obi say, oh, forget them. The Papa Bang and Amowo Emma Ghana for they are selfish and unreasonable. Into way any in semwa ebeto ye name ewo koda mu insem ye hu. Now there are other stories also trending on Twitter. Ask GH Media editor Twitter. Or see a security guard at Kolebu Teaching Hospital dumped a kinky vendor's kinky into a dustbin after she reportedly ignored his order to stop selling at the facility. Into the Yenshe video no, the comments are coming to us. Aye. I say me dear, is serious pa. Inti kinky seller. Oton kinky dokono. Ewo Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Security man ne catch say madam embeton kinky bia wa ha cement ton kinky bia wa o ton kinky wa ha o ha meni medjuma say cement beton kinky. Madam said that ohwa no beton kinky no. Na security man say ene sa dia me so o kinky na eno diko gu bole mu say zero do. Ena mani etie ya abatwete yi. I inti we na air trending na yentie nyankrofo eka efa ho e. Obi say I agree, but make it take the kenke go dash people than throwing all these away. Or say or agree with near security man na ye no. Na nko say odi kenke no, odi ko che. Nyese wa ko tu kenke na atu egui. Inti agenda for motion ade mo agree ana e ya the partner security man na ya na say enya de pa. Obi say, just to see, our mothers are now the reason why we can't have nice things. They keep extending containers. They keep selling on curbs. They keep doing the wrong things and blame you after you enforce anything. If we allow people to do whatever, we will never develop. I see a man, Inti na Ghana, yentimi nya adia, ebema kroma fine. Because, clear krumu krana bebi amo pebia na mode amo amo si be abesi amde amu dwa be abesi kwan ho ne ade na mo bebi amo pebia na mode si nti na mo so amu ye maame mo but na se eti amo sa na we cannot do what we need to do to make Ghana a nice place. That's I say sa na ebi mo so interesting times podcast. Well, my mouth shout outs. Or said this is wrong. He could have resorted to reporting it to high authorities. He should be fined. Or say unya security man here and wanya de go so reporting my minimum higher authorities. Nya wa ye de or say I'm more fine no. But it is very likely say or than if we high authorities now walk on. Or no, most likely if we the high authorities no. In terms of that, say ensure that mami be free hoy, and also so a very plausible idea is see. Problem color same. Hard truth. Just don't sell there. Simple. When she continues, another vendor will join, then another. Soon they will all settle there. When it's time to vacate them, they will say the government is wicked. What is the color of the vendor's problem? On senior I end and one no. No cry dimpa, but no cranny say one no. Ojan man ton kinkin wa. Obi for frost by be siwo, another person by be siwo. After do baby na abroya, so na government na ebe pamwa make us have government no etumi den. Inti ni amwaye na amwaye no. Breakforth say we are so indisciplined in the name of poverty, ignorance, and emotions. I can guess how many times he has warned her not to come and sell there. But as usual, emotions. My kids will go to school. I don't have anywhere to sell. I have taken loan to sell and blah, 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 blah. Or say, sir, nekwaso Ghana ha. Obet me imagine the number of times as security man akache mami patro you nyama free here. But Ghana ohiane ignorance ni nyama high intino. Mami baga so me ba me sra wo me ba ni baby am me didi free. Baby am me didi free any nyama bebre makwa koji loan any nyama che say reasons no endorse ye de be ma security man no, instead of just following the rules and the law and doing things as they should be done. Sana comment which is very similar to the previous comments. Sometimes when we listen to all of these excuses, Ghana bejina baby ejina inti amudi amadwemu no idea na wa ye no no betimi aye because by now I can't and sasa. Inti mo amoshe no, I don't know what you think about this. So we'll open our phone line soon. Now, watch more dream to trotto. Yeah, be a phone line now. Watch our dream. Send me home. Let us move into other stories. I am Siaw official. Edibeto Twitter said the AMA, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, has announced its annual 1-month ban on drumming and noise making in the city, which is set to run from May 4th to June 4th. The Assembly has urged all residents, including churches and religious organizations, to comply with this directive in the interest of peace, harmony, and national security. I'm story Nasia Babiomu AMA announced its annual 1-month ban on drumming and noise making, which is set to run from May 4th. Yeah, I'm member training. Moons are erano. Ha, see, but you member training, many day. Aha, and no AMA, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, at the announcements in Abba. Seven will be a nye de, me and the Assembly has urged all residents, Nyamuyeti Accra, and they are sorry in all places to say, they know, me time no, I shall say, on the May 4th to June 4th. In the same way, by you know, the question be brave, because initially the ban on noise making, the ban on noise making was a traditional thing. Say a incline for traditional worship in Yama amo practices and the ban on noise making. Say we did there, no, we are disturbing them. This is the time for their practices. Then they are a more traditional calendar. So. And I'm always say they say the AMA yes announcement. And they say who? Because there has always been this debate about Ghana and Bremu. I hear debates about Ghana and Bremu because Ghana and Mra say there is freedom of worship. There is freedom to believe in any God. Ghana and Mra no say who sa liberty, who sa freedom. So obesom nyame bia wo pe. Now, Namibia open so ube follow the principles and anyway, your laws. Indeed, that dilemma was always there. That debate always existed. Say, now so be it misum Nami opa. I didn't tell now Nyamesum, she obi Nyamesum, eso, and I say esi obi Nyamesum, equine. Is that the way ye kaipa? Yeah, sorry, especially the small churches. Oh, why, ne, oh, dondo, de, na mwaba bejo, wo drum, na so food de chino bi kitem no, oh, asem. Inyama because of Accra. So that dilemma has always been there. Say, obi nyame som ye densi obi fufro nyame som. Wom. Inti no ye conversation na e koso. In obi bre can say, hey, a conversation, we are not done with that conversation yet. Whether it is criminal for anybody's belief to infringe on another person's belief, whether a legally right and that conversation in na yehu ene yehu AMA say what didn't hu aje asemi mu. Inti these are some of the comments on this very subject. Yen can be directly from Twitter. Kweku say, I hope all the churches, bars, lounges, and organizations have taken notice of this communique. I'll say, oh, hope will be a bit follow. Ex-Pantime patient, Nidino no. Also, this thing is dicey. As much as it's their land, it also infringes on human rights and freedoms. Very interesting legally. And I just submitted no. Or say, quite dicey, na kakra. Say, mukro dear, mwasa dear. But about human rights, ni freedoms mua. And any bobra. And any nko. Intino, on tia say, way a legal idea, ambet issue warning. Magic receipt, obedience no. Also, what is the significant benefit this has for Ghana? Aside the lazy Ghana youth going town to town to bully people, what is the real significance of this thing? This thing needs to be abolished ASAP. We are in the 21st century and Accra is a cosmopolitan city. Magic receipt, or say, Adie we krano. And for so ben de Ghana. We need to pause. I will see your pause kakra near dream. So I did we cry over the years and fast swap bang and a Ghana. Now we are in a different time. There were different times to say. Now who here say ye be kwa revisit as your dream who biom say I did we and then fast will be bana. What is the whole point of it? I think next time when they are making declaration, say the benefits are ebeka home. What the benefits ne kan ho a Ghana for so better as just telling people not to make noise, you know. I feel like 21st century, you cannot just say those things. Also, the benefits, you know, so I can't remember one crop for I'm waiting ebi mu pesa mu di echire ba mu benefits no near fast wa e kan ho no nti aya na mu de aka ho ama Ghana for na mu ate ase Eddie say when it is time for Asante customs and the Otumfo tells his people to stay indoors during celebrations, you people should not come here spewing we all respect our customs and traditions. Osi ai na say Otumfo so kaseme obian hye ne dem a me obian ba ha me kan human rights asembia because krobia e wo ne custom and ne tradition. So let us move into other stories. The Ghana Parliament, the other stories we have here, Ghana Parliament is set to approve compulsory DNA testing for every newborn. Ghana Parliament say DNA testing go by or say DNA testing and they compulsory who was school this school obey DNA. And then so much send them more than power. It is different if the government would say so be a free DNA testing. The point here is there is a compulsory DNA testing that is to be done on every child. So the answer comments, this will be quite interesting. Let's say why it go be free Anna? That is the very first question I asked. Say ade we be free Anna because DNA test enough from 2 year no compulsory. That means no compulsory and it is imbibed into law. That means one year DNA testing it is criminal. And that brings to question say already no in Crawford bills can be to a free hospital no prayer ding. Obi awo obefa ne ba no because on skin to obey me adawa. And these are things that are happening in our hospitals. Or better hospital because only sika or the bedding or the bed to yaka. I assign to the DNA testing account and it's at the hospital panel. So there are different parts of the story. A lot of men in Niaje, in Bema Bibri Niaje say, finally there is DNA testing. Whoa, just say, they say, yeah, won't say any idea. But is it going to be free? That is a valid question to ask. Anthony say, criminalize paternity fraud. I'll say criminalize paternity fraud. And what is paternity fraud, Anthony? What is paternity fraud? Yeah, so we say wo edibeshe obi. Wa they are show obi. Wo pretend say papa and the father of the child, but uni pa say and the father of the child. And Anthony can say we need to criminalize paternity fraud. So biode akwala show obi biano oko prison. I think if this is made into law, eventually there must be penalties, of course. So that is what they are essentially driving at. That's idea way eba law moi. Ibra say, I hope it is for both parents. This will stop hospitals from swapping babies. Both parents. Say yeah, test the paternity of the child for the paternity of the child. We should also test the maternity of the child as well. Well, yeah. I was like, maternity of the child. That's my mena woneba area. How are we testing the maternity of the child? But it makes sense. Comment no kind. I was say yeah, test it. I hope say I'm on test it. Papa ne pe say oyeneba na. They have to also test say my mena so oyeneba na. Because they see in hospitals no mu we ankola pa. So before we release the child to you, they should test for the father's paternity and the maternity as well, and which is quite it makes sense, you know. Yeah. Sally said this is unacceptable and it can't be allowed to happen. Sally, kasade we dey unacceptable. And Uncle say, hey, are they now say unacceptable? Are they, madam? then I would see. One person tested the paternity. Why? Why is it unacceptable? What do you have to hide? I go for the insult there. I'm the to sell. I'm the good sell so pa. Say question. Someone sell kano. My mom say I say. I can't say. That's why our traditional laws require a man to go and see the family of a woman before having any form of sexual relations to avoid exactly this. Everyone is having sex like animals. Animals don't know their biological dad. You can't eat your cake and still have it. Your traditional, traditionalist, no, your culture, cultural laws ni muno. And kwasa uko oba ne busuafo ansa na bibia akoso. Sesi ade obi aso mu pampam. Obi aso mu obi se the car no ato into edie bia se kra pampam. E wo car ni ade. As we said previously on Wednesday in the stories. Into no esi ade shabo ni into no. All of these complications are happening. But it's no I was saying ka hu oyere no ne busuafo. There is a process in all of these things. And Sunday see. We want to take a very quick commercial break. Yeah, you could try a home bar. Yeah, the story is not canon. So don't go away.
Are you a musician, church, band, school, or an audio engineer looking for professional audio equipment for your work? Don't worry. KFM Music Center has all the equipment and instruments you need. We have from drums, keyboards, combos, guitars, microphones, PA systems, brass instruments, studio equipment, lighting systems, among others. We import all kinds of electronics and musical instruments from top brands such as American GLS, Behringer, Sabian, Yoga, M Audio, Nutric, Tama, among others. You can locate KFM Music Center at Zongo Lane between the Benjilo Building and the Children's Hospital. You can contact us on the numbers displayed on your screen. KFM Music Center, where quality costs less.
Still driving fuel cars in this modern era? The future of driving is here. KFM Limited, lead distributors of electronic vehicles, have made transportation easy and efficient. Behind me are 3 of their beautiful new brands: Leap Moto, Giomi, and Nami. Come with me, let's explore the fine details. Leap Moto, let me tell you a bit about its interior. Like you can see, the interior is heavenly, right? There's whole wheel and everything in here is in shades of gray. So we have light and dark gray, very classic. We have 2 screens to your display. This very screen gives you everything about the infotainment. We have its mileage, how far it can take you. On your journey with this electric car, you can switch it into just 3 comfortable modes. It's either the standard for a regular drive, the sports mode for a fast mode, or the economy to manage your battery strength. If you charge it in about 6 hours, it should take you 310 kilometers. Yes, you can go to Kumasi and back. I get that. Leap Moto, your option, your choice if you're a new driver like myself. Let's try the other. Now to my favorite. It's called Geely Giomi. Come with me, let's toy in it. All you need is this keyless key. You just make sure it's handy and around. And as the moment you open the car, it starts on its own. Like the interior speaks for itself. glorious black and white. In its all glory, beautiful wheel, and you have a very lengthy screen. It gives you same 3 modes, standard, economy, and sports for a high or fast rider like myself. Now to my very final brand I'd like to introduce you to. It's called Nami, Sky Blue Nami. Come with me, let me tell you a bit more about it. Nami, like all the other electronic cars, is beautiful. Its interior is a glamorous 2 shades of gray, light gray and darker gray. With 2 beautiful screens, this one gives you information and entertainment. This gives you the battery strength. Nami can travel 330 kilometers. It can go to Kumasi and back. If you charge it for 6 hours, you're good to go. You can also fast charge it for 3 hours. Beautiful wheel and everything you need. Nami, my preference everywhere. Do you desire an electronic vehicle in Ghana? We have various payment options, including hire purchase. Contact KFM Limited with the numbers below the screen. We have you sorted.
Your mama akwaba biom about the agenda show. Call quickly into the stories that we have. Another story that is trending on Twitter, and it says students are studying. Amwo classrooms be ewa penkwa cluster of schools. Na classroom no ehun akraki ye pa. But in spite of the cracks ewa classroom no nkola egusu eko school ewo ho amutinemu eyamo daily classes normal cry. And there doesn't seem to be any effort. Say I'm be fix it these classrooms any cracks now walls no hono. This brings a lot of concern. Our Twitter and for chere amwadwen. I must say, hey, Ghana dear. So lives must be lost before they do something about it. I say Ghana. Inti chese was so be woo and sana ya funny serious and now share the deep cracks I want one. We don't know what can be done about it, dear, but it doesn't look like it is safe for in Kolano Muko school ewo hono. Differences as or say. So what's the purpose of the headmaster in that school? Should it collapse and have casualties so he comes on TV for interviews? Headmaster no chain ama a collapse ama wenya casualties and sana waba be interview ana no wabeka brofo akese e wo TV so ana sa na differences so can trends or say hey this is serious hey why are Ghanaians why is it that Ghanaians hate maintenance like that? Also Ghana for the about maintenance and yanya kra. Tell ye be maintenance for whom. Oh, ubehuana asemna agent someone sana yabeka sound baby and I say we try to solve the problem. Off target say, oh, but this off target say but these cracks are normal. I don't think anything will happen. Off target. Also, the obiso who the normal cry. So, check cracks we are. The crack we the normal. She's yes, crack. She is zida. Cracks no, normal. Obi say contractor no blame no. Say contractor no, oh yeah, very shoddy job. Ewo dynasty you aha. Sa ena nkrofo eka. Let us move into other stories. Because on Twitter, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, called NIMOS, has arrested a foreman at an illegal small-scale mining site at Achim Mosun, near Draso, in the Ashanti Akim South District of the Ashanti region. The suspect, identified as Elder David Bobie Peter, reportedly told investigators during interrogation that he serves as an elder of the Church of Pentecost branch in Konongo. Aye. Tesiano, Adena, story we are trending for a number of reasons. I think so arrest, no, it's me trendy. About illegal minings, arrest, and as long as new Chinese for, na near who way for no, a trendy. Na in there, so your match will be, I was saying, a trendy. But a trendy for even a greater reason, and the greater reason in this case, I man a trendy more on the crowd and say, now, actually, no, your foreman, illegal mining, illegal mining, I say, Galamsey operation see, foreman, move foreman, no, or your elder of the Church of Pentecost, Konongo, and also Kahon and a trendy. Now, the Indiana elder, elder trendy. It is also trending for a number of reasons. One of the reasons, they say recently about news, so you can want some agenda show you so. Say the chairman of Pentecost, Kasafa Galamsey, and the way that Galamsey affecting even the church about baptism in Siobia, Munya, and Siobia, and fine yet baptism. And NDC representative be a can and one some in a political. Yes, so we're not for it. So why should this be politicalized? And Pape or yeah, Pentecost elder, no, I say, when it comes to these things, is it that we choose and pick what is what or which is which? And that is part of the reason why a lot of people are questioning this particular issue. Nanka Church of Pentecost elder there, Kawon and Koso lead good example. My young people no be DHA. O chairman crab I say against this. Now why do you okay now ye? It's a crew no no. It is part of the crew I also soon as say one. It's a me baptism. The baptism no. Who now support a swimming pool na say. Since this is the swimming pool penna, even the villages use for baptism. Nama or nyas can you figure I'm saying no. Or the water swimming pool na one way you see. Anyway, in the same way, see, and uncle for can't say. But let us also listen to what people have to say. We'll be quite scripture 10. Scripture 10 pa no preachy. Oh preachy. Say this is not the way to go. And Pentecost church elder there. And what say we say cry I no it means mean kind in preaching no wapa ni say arrest more than just the foreman. There are countless other people who are part of the Galamsey ecosystem that need to be arrested. There is no other issue that is destroying Ghana as much as Galamsey. I need say and what say and your foreman pen was here arrested no. Now, the same way in Kofubebre are connected to it. I was arrested. Who is connected to this foreman? Who is giving him the power to be able to do this? Obi owa a shechira or fande. Nti onko say I'm arrested. Amuna eka home. Saharan say the news narrative this week is church people too are involved and not just politicians. Okay, we get it. Saharan say this week there narrative and now news ni man say sorry maso and then as a Christopher so issues I so Ghana no amuso mudimu akotene pa enye politicians pe na high okro nim na Christopher ne sorry no so amudimu akotene pa na ya ti ase mo nsa topic no Sana Saharan Konka say, I will not be surprised if the Church of Pentecost deny knowing him. Oi, Sahara say, I say me no. Enya ne wanwa say Church of Pentecost beka say papa boy. Ye nim ne dawo, ye kuhu ne wan debi. Ye nim no, wo baby ah. I said the Church of Pentecost will deny knowing him. Now let us move into other stories. Other stories are trending on Twitter. Officers of the Ghana Immigration Service are out in full force across parts of Accra, apprehending undocumented foreign nationals in a coordinated operation. For a while now, we have been getting, push from people say Ghana so was say ye pamu undocumented immigrants amu kroimu ye pamu amu nyina enfri kroimu na last time too we read here on agenda say the Ghana Immigration Service they did operations as they usually do amoko Ashanti region Adon and amoche kofu bebre hundreds of people undocumented immigrants. Amuni legal stay here. And they are watching ya Sano. And they see the Amudi actually Accra hassle. And amuye the same operation. Awaha Mokoswa undocumented illegal immigrants. Ewo Ghana. And yede ababeto social media. So, for discussing. Discussing these issues. We have seen your phone lines. Kasano, Yamabi or Wow Trotro, our car self as all Chawajin was so. And braining here. If you want to share your thoughts, you can definitely do that. Refer these numbers 0246 239 070 0246 239 070. Na watre wajing. Inti illegal immigrants asemi eno ene ekoso nkrofo eche amadwen ewo ho on Twitter e be say these ones that they've caught they are from Burkina Faso. Was your show many man coffee ya che amono amufi Burkina Faso but Zeus say so you see the difference. You as a citizen can't do the job of immigration by beating, killing, and harassing even documented black people, all because your laziness and stupidity is preventing your own people and foreign companies to employ you. South Africa is just a lawless disaster country, and that's unfortunate. And used to say, South Africa for Meshayeng, once in yache amo kama illegal undocumented immigrants no yache amo kama ni amo sheka amo kama eko deport amo kama. But South Africa for they know harassment physical abuse no show ni egu enimu ase ye will say Zeus to say yembe amo tua sene no we are taking them through the right process to ensure that they go back home. Asase my okay, let's move into other comments. In Koku, I said these people have literally been roaming the streets of Accra, especially in traffic, begging for money, and that shouldn't be happening in a capital city. I say in Kofuwe, Ejuma Motaya no said they are roaming the streets of Accra. Mostly sika. Adewe and can what say it happen our Ghana on any level. Yes, we are reminding you say your phone lines ni ebie inti owo bibia opesa watcha wadwen wo ho a you can definitely do that. Let us move into other stories. The police inspector, you say police inspector B, he has been seen in front of a crowd preparing to burn a large quantity of a seized tramadol found abandoned. He explained that he chose to destroy it immediately so people would not think seized drugs are kept later and resold instead of being properly destroyed. Where so ya somewhere aba. Police inspector be who say tramadol, large quantities of tramadol. Ah, yeah, abandon. Okay, there's a call on the line. Good morning. Pacho Dini baby out free. Oh, okay, we lost the caller. Pacho meet me afre the number. Why? They are on your screens. You be phone lines. You can always call the numbers to reach out to us. No actually. It's also who tramadol baby. Ah, yeah, to watching. Now you're not being said I deal with what fan own season fan police station. No question or because on person call Adrian say offer oh there's a caller. Hello, good morning. Pacho Dean baby of referee. Yes. Pacho dumu TV na chun free hun kakra ni ending komo kama.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Pacho Dean baby of referee. Okay, we lost the caller. Please keep calling the numbers no e screen so na modi afrayin. Into on person go for drink say drugs no oba amba koton into ohye no wo ha na tramadol bebre say no odija etum ehye no say drebe. Oh, there's a caller. Good morning. Bacho Dini baby are free. Pacho betimi atwe ho free we ni ho kakra I say mete won kan but won clear there's noise in you. Okay, Pacho chawadwe. Aye. Oh, nka asem na nka obeka no so hia mi o nka obeka am asem no pacho de no o to be sesa phone no so be free baby a wo free no ni nka am me na ho asem na ehu hia me pa position hu ye. And yes, anybody that wants to call should be able to do that. Phone numbers no they are rolling on your screen for you to do the call ni endi ehun komo and na papa no tramadol yi wafa bebre na she ni say drebe and then nkrofo bi eso e kan eyinim say hey indro na wa she ni bebre say wan fa amana nton so benumo. Kelvin say I'm not entirely convinced. It feels like it could be staged for public trust. I said you on Jindi, I say staged or per se in Kofu who say police for ni juma na then na mwenya ye trust. On Jindi say be a play a acting no ye. A clear say it's good to see seized drugs being handled openly. Or say a year pass say ye seize drugs are amo handle issue no openly emo bia enitua president of Abegisa onu so ni di no no de ato Twitter no no or say for him to say this that means they do resell them when they seize those drugs or say or didn't say kra no or ka say or per se or shin won kofu enim na kofu anka se ma kwa akoton no kra che say and sure there's a truth there. There is no smoke without fire. There must have been times mo seize drugs na amokoton. Sana na dey say na mention wa ha. The man ka say ye kwa akoton. There must have been a truth there. Anyway, let us move into other stories. Inyama akosuo. Agenda and now can you say? Let me read my main kind of story you were brofumu. You have better church here. A hilarious incident occurred at Nkwetia Government Hospital, Kwewu, when the family of a man who had been declared dead arrived and paid his medical bills, only to discover that he was alive on the hospital bed. According to reports, the man had been admitted with a serious illness, but all efforts to reach his family to settle the bills had proved futile. The nurses who had been caring for him for weeks then arranged a prank with him by obtaining his family's contact details and informing them that he had passed away. In the twinkling of an eye, the family arrived and paid the entire bill, only to get shocked of their lives when they found him alive. I do the pa nurses they deserve a raise. It's I say my course woni. I'm in church say. It's papa bi na oyare. Serious oyare pa. Any na go to hospital. It's in Kwetia government hospital na no die wo na papa yare. Ya friend the family sa some mbra mbeboa, amumbra beboa no mbetua medical bills no. Amumba Amumra mbeboa obi ote ase no. Wa wobusi omomba. Na nurse sisi de. Ye be catch am to wewu. Wa m catch to wewu dia mo beba. Eh, I can be use wrong words wa ha. Interestingly, ye catch am say wewu ni de. And am de buy. They actually came. You can't say we will know. Abetia medical bills. They've covered it. I'm a fafunu no. Now, upon saying the mini, I'm not dead. I'm alive. Wait to your bills. I'm there. I say I'm alive. Yeah, there was story you who cry and say you will video. I'm be say you go share video nearby. The alphabet to us.
Eya empanifo kan asem se ebusua edofunu.
Yes.
And na ebusua so echirika. Na asem se bi nto da uhun bi da na wonti bi da video twan na hwe owi a woso ma wonua bi nya bi hwe na memfa nkopie mu wa Eastern region eye kwawu enkwatia a eno wo kwawu East constituency eho ana asem kasie yi bi esi ewo kwawu enkwatia government hospital nya ne se abranje ya wohunu wo video mi yonte otempai so yi ye frɛ no Mr. Ketekra na Mr. Ketekra efihwehwe eho na papa ite na for the past by 2 to 3 weeks, ni papa yari more than ababeda enkwatia government hospital. Na ya fre busuan fra boy busuan fo abo fre we ya you sa mate minimo ke mate baba sa 3 weeks. Afi hospital na hwe ade ni eya yenyan because papa ndro benom de no bedi no behye enyina ababeda hospital so nti nurse fo bi e won nchen na o ma hwe support na ebesi sa abere nti won ya adwen se ndie na wani Mr. Ketekra mfa adwen na won fra ebusuan kan chom se Ketekra efim meche se Ketekra ewu sana be ebusuan be ba na feka ohobi o ma hwe ebe betua na Ketekra so te ase edi omufi address na ma nurse ba ko na hospital no suma no ko hwehwe ko ba amanne na ne yesi ye ko ba amanne no en ye wu Ketekra de eja hwanyo ade chia na ebusuan fa aka to hear papa video mi a ka ebusuan fo na ba no bi ono die ni ma omo baaye omo baaye betuatua kai na en de ka no ye bowe no matua ye bowe no matua ye bowe no matua ye bowe no matua omo tua na awie na ebusuan ka so you en de say ye wi ampamcho en de emunu no wo hene mfa nkwa na hospital say na momre ebusuan boko bi epunu ma ebusuan fo so wonfo mu nkwa Mr. Ketekra ena ote empai so eno moti en ebusuan fo na dwa bruta o de omedwa bruta omedwe say bi kura say he yenja no mbonese fo na ni because e ka o mabebetua wonye kaketwa a we chesa mpa ebusuan echirika na ma obusuan edofunu no we a perfect example we esi ewo kwawu enkwatia mesi ebufu sama aba ho na sana nkofo buofu no akoya sam sebe o de yenhwe video yi na yamba
because of that, they are custom. Okay, I know what thing. Yeah, million, but me, we are to what you need to do. But who the bra, Mumundi, which name will you be out of the you we are ready. If you go at the heart, for so what's happening? So I says the blue accra. Come on, someone who can coffee. I see black. What you say? What you say?
ebusuan eya empanifo kan asem se
Asem we pa de asemu Where they me here pass some better margin 0246-239-070 0246-239-070. We very you say ebusuan do funu. And yansam kakwa. Because why? I won't be so much say why? The person has been there. What that hobe over 3 weeks. Mumbro. You can't say we are sometime. You are here. I mean, this is unimaginable. This is unimaginable. There's a call on the line. Good morning. Pacho Dini baby are free.
Pastor, now you need capacity la fa.
Naomi Pacho for so chawading.
And me for now movie. A move and one said that yeah, more man. And no, I am not that. I did your pay number. See, at all that. Kenya. At all that. Yes, we can form a member. Someone says, yes, I am one.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Medase. So yeah, Naomi, margin chair and so no, or see me asem no, I'm read out that, and I think that is what I said. Say, I'm read that. However, no, na ye nim say AMA for so din amuhu a gym. You know, initially, no near when they say I'm traditional. Hello, Pacho Dean, any baby are free. Hello, good morning. Pacho Dean, baby are free. Okay, we lost the caller. Yes, you can definitely call to share your opinion. 0246-239-070. 0246-239-070. There's another caller on the line. Pacho Dean, any baby are free.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes. Pacho Udini baby are free. Mitonka.
Sama.
Okay, Pacho Chawadri.
Okay.
Pacho. Mitonka. Pacho between Chawadri.
Something much about the share the frampa. Papa no okwa. Ere amount ya niki. On si okra nko pije. Aya de pa. Aya de pa. The share the frampa. Aya de ko. Akakana job mo yo nko nko pije frampa.
Aye. One crowd do. Until obi mu kra ka say any strategy way. I was say different hospitals are more strategy way pa. Say will be better hoches na name wana. Mungazi we simple, they will come the following minutes. There's a masha black amaba. Hey. Yes, a black no cry, it was easy for them to pick up. Muhu body no cry, you are looking for the black to wear. They are excited like what why? Anyway, let us read what you can still call 0246-239-070. Nienkai commenter and Kofo Eka. There's a caller on the line. Pacho Udini baby are free.
Pacho, your friend is sister Fia. Me free. I'm at my peace village.
Okay, sister Fia Pacho Chawading.
The Bushafona no pa. O ma chere se bishia do funu.
Hey.
Yetika e kapa ye ye frɛ mo no mama. Nipa ne wu ye de o humrika o mo de aba. Nyame na afa na efofo no so age bra no. Abusuafo no kura wo mo firi mu wo sɛ polisifoɔ kye wo mo. Polisi nkye wo mo pa. Ani tiri nipa o yare de mo pese mo behwe no nko wu ye de mo kofa no. Ai. Ti polisifoɔ nkye wo mo no nkyere wo mu nyansa.
Yeah. And yakra, this is very bad. Yeah, that's it. So let us move into the comments. Obviously, you see how everyone is overlooking at the fact that the nurses were providing this patient's needs for weeks, food, medications, and all that. But if it were negative, insults will be coming in from all angles. Hello, good morning, Udin. Any baby out free. Hello, good morning, Udin. Any baby out free.
But your friendly days.
Okay. Patrol free.
But your friendly assignment.
All right. Patrol Chewadre, I was stories you.
We the Busafora and Anderson and Fakwem. And also a buying your muti. Ampa Ebusan do food. And also a buying your muti. So can you say, Combama Papa at the hospital, wana expensive, adorson. And someone soon I'm claiming, say, I don't know. And Papa na, or she to know Castle Budu. On and go say, I buy a china super. It sounds on no claiming, say, Nimiano. It is a uniano noa. That's a hospital bill saba. One hour so far.
Yes. Hey, I say more. Hey, one more cry.
Now, so almost within a minute, no Baba Honum, some other fat body. And now what's asking, only out of food, and so what? I'm not forget to make to play if you grown up about the way.
One. So, I deal with then what is the root cause of it? Like, if we, why? Why is it so? Supremo, I say, nurses no some my idea pa na sometimes I your born nurse fuechi because they are not caring near idea. But I say nurses for a idea in this case, even considering aside the fact that I'm ma ebusia for ne buy no amusamu ye jume bebre. There's another caller on the line. But your dini baby are free. Oh, we lost the caller. In some way, you might be on saying yen can form yen bomber basso. Sana Supremo Aircan said they've done well, or saying a bomber basso because they be a bomb richie. Tyson say this man was sick for weeks. There is a caller on the line. But your dini baby are free. Hello. Metonka. Okay, who free?
Yeah, Papa not saying to me,
Yes, what are you called Casa?
Anna, Papa to me, Many because I said, Papa not
Yo, you bet you also, Papa. You bet you also. And that's so afraid. When you're calling, Pacho more fra, Mundu TV, most possible, Mubeti Musana. The delay, and also be reduce the volume and also be free them more completely. And yes, delay is better calling him. You can always call to share your thoughts 0246-239-070 with me afraid at Chawadring. Yes, into Asemi Akoso, there are a lot of comments here. There's another caller. Good morning, Pacho Dean baby are free. Okay, Pacho obet me peja on neka kra. Pacho obet me Achawadring. Okay. Pacho obet me Achawadring. Okay, so we lost the caller. Kwesi say, honestly, the real miracle wasn't his recovery. It was the speed of payment. Or say, miracle ni nyese no wato no. Say na mutua ne ntem no ne miracle no. So bia wada ho achesa no. O ti se bowu na mu di speed betua ye no. Eye wo mo pa. Anyway, so that is what people are saying on this particular story. Let us move on to other stories. A Ghanaian graduate allegedly murdered in South Africa amid organ issues. Inti Ask GH Media or the Just Nina Ebeto Twitter or say a 25-year-old Ghanaian be Iwu was he who is a graduate of the Accra Technical University has been killed in South Africa after joining a trip organized by the Millennium Supporters Union of Ghana. He arrived in South Africa on March 25th, 2026, after allegedly being lured by a woman named Edith, who handled his transport, visa, and ticket. Edith had reportedly urged him to keep the trip secret while promising him tickets to a South Africa versus Panama football match and job opportunities. Israel reportedly sent a message to his cousin on March 29th, a day before his death on March 30th, 2026, in which he included a phone number and Edith's name. He described Edith as an employee of the Ghana Civil Aviation and Authority and stated that his father should hold her accountable if any harm befell him. The trip organizers claimed that a South African post-mortem ruled the death a suicide. However, when his body was repatriated to Lekma Mortuary in Ghana on April 1st, 2026, his heart, lungs, and liver were reportedly missing. CCTV footage shared with his family showed him being dragged away after refusing something, suggesting foul play. After the family lodged a complaint at the Labadi police station, Edith was invited, questioned, and later released, and the case was reportedly dismissed. Suspecting murder and possible organ trafficking, the family has now forwarded the matter to the office of the CID boss for a thorough investigation. Oh. Your aquani picture and the tour, Mashafo Ehuye. And it's a 25-year-old graduate from the Accra Technical University or to Quine called South Africa. South Africa, yeah, you can once a year. And it was organized by Millennium Supporters Union of Ghana. And yeah, then Yokokun, but Oko Hono. Edith B, Okoshe Edith B insa. Na Edith no eka chente me wani country bia so South Africa no promising so be man ejuma na nyama. Unfortunately on the 30th no and a boy no ewu ye. But before wu no boy ni send a message man cousin say BBS ya Edith dini ne number ni na on holding Edith accountable. Say bibi to na on holding Edith accountable and no catch no. Near CCTV footage be so a show say now boy no or dear prayer as I'm with DBB channel boy need dear prayer say on ye which shows say there is a foul play there and Mr. Number so ye be a boy no 1 penny so say obey and edit sa semi a buy. Unfortunately, the boy is lost now in South Africa. So anybody about Ghana we research postmortem on the body ni so no na mu say ni organs na ayeden ayera amwe yi ni liver amwe yi na akoma amwe yi ni organs che say amaton e de aye donation or amu de aye emisi donation amaton de ama different person for transplants and whatever there is, which is quite sad. May his soul rest in peace, and we hope say these things the culprits Egypt send you number no she will be brought to book wherever she is. Let us move into other stories. Mother and daughter clash over alleged affair with daughter's boyfriend. A mother and a daughter clashed on live television after the mother was accused of snatching her daughter's boyfriend. Waje onwane daughter boy. Waje onwane daughter boy. According to the father, his daughter initially brought her boyfriend home after he sustained a leg injury, and the mother offered to care for him. However, the father said he later became suspicious, noting that the interactions no longer appeared appropriate for an in-law relationship. He explained that one night he made an unannounced visit and allegedly found two engaged in skulums. He said he called out his wife, but she refused to come out, insisting the matter be discussed the following day. Or say, na the daughter and the boyfriend no or yare kakra na ma me ne so on your be the daughter and the boyfriend. Afi do baby. Papa ne share relationship e kwaso na apa in-law relationship aba be personal relationship. And gra papa ne ko to amo di mpemu agro sebe the mother and the daughter and the boyfriend we di mpemu agro and I'm the bar live television ebe kan wa asem yengo hwe amonim kakra ene asem wa yekoso ye ba e de apon
yakoye bogu ese yire aya wo baako yakoye hunanimu abusiafo timenche obogu to efie wo ne me abusiafo ntokwa ena me ma no ko ha adan e wo baabi ene wo kotena ho me wo ho na wo de be ma bi e bai ena me buza se be ma no fren ena wo se ye ne be ye wo timenche yi eye nikunu ena me si yo ti
mpna na nikunu
wo se ne mpra
na wo waje aware amabe
menje ma
tini mpna munya ma aware ho nya kono kakra
enje na me buza me be
ko no ma we
na me buza me be se be ma na odi u ma me akiri ofin no se da eye me mpra a me ne wo ho na me buza so ofin no so ofin agogo na buza so no be ya de wa na wo se ne na mu akosi amenam wo kopa magalanze fa ma na akosi amenam ene mu abunti wo ba no aprobi amana twe ama no na me see you enti ni 3 days na me hu se na mo a one me yire no mesi no enam no ase enye asew enantie eti ma me frɛ me yire no busa ne se ablantie na wo se wo ye wa ase no me busa wo biem se wo ye wo die anu wo se na die ba so na me bo ne ma me ama no wo ka che na me se o ma me se wo ye ya ase ba me so ye nantie o ne nantie na ensa asew nantie eti sana te dia me ba no ma be fa nam de na kotena me nche me so mi kuta abosom me no o mote adi o me ye adwuma eti ma me mfa musu a na efi mi nkoka me ba ti ma be fa me ba kotena me nchen ana wo ye se wo abonti wo ba wo be frɛ me na ya kasa eti dana nwumere Monday enura adwada etwa mi na otwe mienu pepepepe enwumere me wo hwebo ana me yire no ma esi ne be frɛ me sa afi na wo kofie ana me si yo me ba eti enwumere so toy eti so ntote ye no na abo 10 ana me ye se me ko na ma me na sa akwa koto nkomo na ye di ni so me duru fie ne kwa na wa na me te no se obi a be ma wo fa wo ba e wo dem no ti me di abufuo ana me di pempro mercy na be ma ni pie no fa ta wo keto bi odi twa na te no pie abonte won hwere ti na ne to kura bi ho ana obegyina me se krate me nim ni di efi so me de be chem ta ma ase ni nyina ma musa ni din da mercy wo hefa ena wo se wo dem ana me se frɛ ne bra Mami, obi a wo wase na ne da dem kura na wo de me hu hwe kura na. Hey Mercy, obi hwe wo. Ana wo budan se me yire budan se hwan ya. Wo so de pie bila, wo ba na de mu ni pakro. Mercy ni pie wo se o ma. Eti wo pie na wo ba no, ono so fa tale ase no, ono so anhya atale ro, ono so ko fa 19 bi ama. Oro so kwa wanka musu ye ama ne to ho. Enyina so go na se Mercy. Eni ngwase a wo di gu me no. Ana musu a wo ba me no. Obi a wodana betem se waase na wo ne wapla unti wo pere bi ne wasa ne ho yale ana mabeto se wo diu no oba woda me so ana se wana so wo ntama me di beduru ya tama me beduru ya ne no nse ameti ye no e kire se nipa ni di ne nipa so pie free dem wo ne ba ye no won hwehwe anadwo 10 tawro nkwa ne twa na se ana wo ma me ne so won hwehwe ana mo sa da me mpaso me matese so wo ama na anafa na da mienu so da ne bo ho mienu se wati akado na ko daba akum eye de na watu ti mane ne da me mpaso na woni daba akum enti me baba akwa wo to so odi we na ti no nani afi akra o mama na na sa dan ni ana o ma ne ko da ketua bi ento ni ko na be ma ni gbowru ademo no ko fa atale se no o pie ko o twi taxi ana o tu kan no de ko yi ana me me ne ka che me na dwene se ade ata wo sra no na ma anya ndede ama manfo a eti ni o bi arade atia ni aka ena mi twa so ena mi de mi kofi ade atia no pa sister bi wo ye bro no so ye friend dan na won na odina ya ma mi na ni bi bia efio ena me tiri so na pa mi ni ma se mo ne sister no ye de e ko kai me wa za blame na to mo fia bi ko mbe akuru me sa da na de nsi anadwo no me be uru tin nsi bi ko obepa chewo ana obeka tan papa bi ai tu mi be na me wa se mi ni si fio no se dan mi sika wo bi mi na me no na ha ye ana me matese so na wo to da so me fan na mato fan ama e dan kwam na mpenti etu ka jemza to me be na me wo fio a ntumi me ba wo fia na joa o ka dia now you wrong eti adwama na okobọ na adwo na me be che wo no eno wani wo na wo sa de be sa de ewe wo hu enti sa na te da de wa ye me kwa na me be ka mo obi ade ate eti asem ya wakan yi die me so mi do yago po se me fa won che eti me bo woni bo ni nyina adua bom ama me ka che se wo niwa ma meto se wo diwa usu bodua ɛhɔ no ɔka kyerɛ sɛ wɔn de wɔn mo dua bia me na me dua bonto wɔn de wɔn mo dua bia ɛna me de dane mani me dane mani kɔɔyɛ a na wɔkɔ sɛ efie na odi kan kɔ ansa na wɔba ne ma bɛyɛ dede no ɔno ɔmaka kyerɛ sɛ wɔn kɔ report no wɔn nkyi me ntum ama ne.
Yes, so nyamwen mo asuma asamwa mo atini ewo oyerpa show yisu yi no ai asemi die hu pa na so kakra na trendy ewo social media nkrofo de aba anka we eyi aso so de anka uba ina go we be say hey asamu koso anyway the more bibia can we dey reserve it for next time. Unfortunately our time is far spent, so we need to close. Senior mo de bia mo no on agenda show Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. The baha na nyama monte na chese nyama trendy with social media, only social media. Don't worry, just tune into agenda 10:30 on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, on all of those days to connect with us right here. Nyamo Frey and Nyamo Sheye, those who helped make the show happen. Medamuna Mwase. So it has been me, Richard Siaw, on the Agenda Show. Bye-bye.